What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Panhandle Slam Outdoors. I'm here with Sean and Southern Salt this morning. We're going to head out to St. Joe Bay and try to get on some scallops. I've heard there's a lot out there. It opened up about a week ago. Hopefully there's some left for us. So we'll see y'all once we get on the water. Guys, we made it out here where we're gonna get started. I jumped in the water thinking it was 3.5 foot. It's a little bit deeper than that, but we're about to go ahead and get our mask and snorkel on and get down there and see if we can get on some scallops.
All right, y'all, Colby and Nate are in the water. I'm about to jump in there with them. Today's main goal is to get a couple limits of scallops, but there's also a couple special scallops out here. So Black's Island, if you can see it over there, has a golden scallop in the water. And if you find it, you get a 2-night free stay on the island. So we're gonna be looking for real scallops and golden scallops. So y'all stay tuned.
All right, guys, we're heading underwater. I'm gonna try to kind of voice this over and explain what I'm doing a little bit. As y'all can see, I'm already picking up quite a few scallops. It didn't take us long at all to find them. There's an old mullet swimming by right there. Seen a lot of those big mullet hanging out in these potholes. But basically, we're in about 5 to 7 foot of water, and we found a big old sandy pothole with grass all around it. And as y'all can see, those scallops are mostly just hanging out right on the edge in that kind of sparse grass. And as y'all can see, I mean, I'm picking up handfuls at a time. They were just everywhere. I already got a big old sack full of them right there. There's another mullet. But anyways, yeah, we stayed in that pothole the whole time. Got our whole limit in this pothole. You don't need a whole lot to do this. I didn't really explain that too well, but all I had was a mask, snorkel, some gloves, and some water shoes so I don't step on sea urchins or nothing like that. Nate had some fins that might make it a little bit easier, but I didn't feel like going and buying any. And I mean, really, that's all you need to get out there and get some scallops. There's a scallop that I found right there, and picking up multiple at a time. But there's really not a whole lot to it, and it's a lot of fun, and these things are absolutely delicious. I look forward to it every year, and something you can take your family to do as well. Yeah, y'all never done it, get out there and give it a shot. There's another mullet right there. And this is where I found a scallop bag, which turns out to be Sean's, but hopefully that helps explain everything. Back to the video. Y'all check that out. Hopefully y'all can hear me. I just found another bag with a few scallops in it. Somebody else's snorkel bag.
All right, y'all, this may not be the most flattering shot, but I gotta trim this mustache up so I can get this old mask to sit right. Let's see how we do.
John,
yo!
you didn't lose your bag, did you?
Yeah!
You did?
Yeah!
I found it.
Thank you. All right, that's too risky, y'all. We're just gonna get back out there.
All right, guys, we just got back after the first drop. Me and Nate both got a bag full of scallops.
Dude, there was a ton down there.
Oh yeah, man, there's just everywhere. You go down, you see one or two, and then you dive down there, and there's just, you know, you can't grab them quick enough. They're just everywhere. I've heard that there's a lot out here this year, and that is no joke. There's a ton of them.
So is this a better year than normal?
Yes, this is a better year than normal. Some years it's like bad out here. You can't hardly find
You have to work
them.
for them.
Yeah,
We didn't have to work for these today.
No, absolutely not, man. I mean, what were we out there? 30 minutes maybe? Maybe 30 minutes, and I mean, that's probably at least one limit. We gotta measure them out and see what we're working with. But anyways, yeah, we're gonna check out and see what we got, and then if we need more, we're gonna get back out there. Yeah, let me get a hat on real quick.
You got a little horn going on up there.
Yeah.
All right, so we got a 5-gallon bucket right here. We can fill this thing nearly to the top, as well as 1-gallon bag. 3 of us, and we're allowed 6 gallons of these guys. Are we close?
I think we're a lot closer enough. Yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna be the 5 right there for sure. Close anyway.
That's real close.
We got a little bit more in there, don't we?
So we So we're about a gallon. Oh my God, there's another one.
There's 2 more.
There's golly. Y'all can't give me no jobs. All right, so we are about a gallon and a half shy.
Yeah, about a gallon and a half. So that shouldn't take long.
No.
All right, guys, we're about to try to get back out there. Probably scallop for about 15 more minutes or so. See if we can finish off this limit. Sorry I sound like this. I already got my mask on, but y'all stay tuned. Alright guys, hopefully y'all can see that right there, but they got a bunch of little eyes that kind of outline their shell. And he's kind of fired up, he's snapping at us. But yeah, sometimes you can see them things glowing down there a little bit, but just kind of crazy how they got all them eyes just outlining their shell like that.
Dude, I opened that bag, man, and one of them said,
I had the same thing happen.
all right, so we just got done with our second drop. We're gonna show y'all how to shuck these when we get back to the house, but it is a tradition of these guys when they go out there the first day, we gotta eat a raw one. So
absolutely.
We're about to eat us a raw scallop. Yep. I about forgot the name of them.
Fresh.
Like, what are we out here? Are they oysters? What are we doing?
St. Joe Bay scallop.
Right. Do we cheers with it?
Yeah, we can.
Are they a pain to clean?
A little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
For it to be a pain.
A lot.
Like I was saying,
Once
the
you
best
get the
thing to
groove
do,
of it.
get them in that ice and they'll release a lot easier. And what we can do is have 2 of us popping them, cutting the tops, and then the other person cleaning the guts.
Oh, mother trucker, did you do something?
God, there's something in my shoe, man. These pinfish are killing me.
No, what the
Bad word.
That's a crop, man.
I guess I had some of them guts go in my shoe and they started chewing on my toes.
You do them raw too?
Oh yeah.
I mean, we eat a lot of raw oysters, but I can't say that I've ever had a raw scallop. Do they get parasites or anything like that?
So in those guts and all, I mean, they can get stuff in there, but as far
Just
as
this
like on the
clean
muscle,
right here?
yep. Yeah, he's still moving too. You can feel him when you grab him. That salt.
That don't make me feel good about it.
All right.
Put
What
it
we
back
gonna
in
do
the
then?
cup, man.
Cheers.
That's not bad.
That's good. I like it.
Like you put a little bit of butter and some seasoning on that, baby.
I like them cooked a little bit better. It ain't bad, but I do like it cooked.
They're a lot better cooked.
When you're out here. All right, guys. Well, we just got back off the water. As y'all can see, we got our limit pretty quick. But if y'all want to come out here and do this, a good way to do it is to rent a pontoon boat. It's pretty easy to get out there and get around those potholes and get on the scallop pretty good. So y'all check out Cape San Blas Pontoon Boat Rentals. There's the number and everything right there. My buddy Jacob Combs owns and runs this place, and he's a real good guy. He'll help you out, get you out on the water. All right, guys, we just made it back to Sean's house, and we're about to clean up these scallops. Sean's gonna show y'all how to do it real quick.
So what you got here is the top of the scallop, the bottom of the scallop. We want to take the top, get the spoon in here, separate the muscle from the top shell. See where that muscle was connected? You're just separating that, getting rid of it. You're getting in behind here, grabbing all of his goodies, and just pulling them all out of there in one swoop. Sometimes you get a little extra. We'll go through and clean them all up before we get ready to cook them. That's how you clean a scallop.
All right, guys, so we're gonna go ahead and clean up the rest of these scallops. We got about 6 gallons to do. After we get done with that, we'll get back with you. All right, guys, we just finished up the Catch, Clean, and Cook on Nate's channel. He whipped up this scallop Alfredo right here, and it is absolutely delicious. I'll put a link in the description where y'all can go check out his channel. It's Southern Salt. Y'all probably already know exactly who he is if you're watching this channel, but go give him a follow and check out this video to see this recipe. Me and Sean are actually going to do something a little bit different tomorrow with these scallops. Not quite sure what we're going to do yet, but we didn't want it to be the exact same on this video. So I'm sure Sean's going to whip up a really good recipe like he always does. Y'all stay tuned. Let's see what he can do.
What's going on, y'all? We're back in the kitchen. So last night, Nate Rich with Southern Salt came over and cooked up the best meal we've had in a long time. Exact words my wife told me. But what we're doing tonight is going to be excellent as well. We've got mine and Colby's portions of scallops here. We're going to just do those pan-seared with some good seasonings. We've got some asparagus we're going to do in the air fryer. A little bit of couscous on the side with some garlic Parmesan butter and some tomatoes. And we got the garlic knots for the side. So we're gonna get this going. Y'all stay tuned. We're gonna have us a good dinner tonight too. All right, y'all, we got the ovens just about preheated. I'm gonna start by prepping these asparagus. So what I'm gonna do for these is just cut the ends off, just like that. And then I'm gonna take the top parts and cut them into thirds, like that, and like that. I'm gonna toss them in this pan here and start getting them right. So what we've got here is a little bit of avocado oil, and this is just to coat these asparagus so all these seasonings stick. We're gonna start off with some cracked pepper. We've got a little bit of onion salt here. My favorite, garlic powder. A lot of that. We're gonna add some red pepper flakes. Just in time because the oven's done. And just a little bit of cayenne pepper. Now to balance all this spice and heat, we're gonna add about a tablespoon of this honey here that I got from Thomasville, Alabama this weekend. And just drizzle that on top. And we're gonna mix all this up here. Now once we get this all mixed up in this pan here, I'm gonna transfer it over to this baking sheet to go in the air fryer at 395 for about 10 minutes. We're gonna get this asparagus spread out pretty good on this baking pan. That way when we put it in the air fryer, all those pieces get nice and crispy. All right, y'all, we're about to get this couscous going. I've already got a little bit of butter and oil in here. I'm gonna add some garlic here. Let that get down there and get fragrant. I'm also gonna add some tomatoes to this. So I'm gonna grab these right here and let this garlic, butter, oil, and tomato mixture cook down just a little bit. And then I'll add my couscous to it after that. So we got the water boiling, got my couscous browned up. Everything's gonna be separate today. The couscous, the asparagus, the scallops, the rolls. So with our timing that we got going, I'm gonna throw this couscous in this boiling water. I'm gonna throw my asparagus in that air fryer. And then in about 2 or 3 minutes, I'll put the rolls in the oven and then I'll get the scallops started. But let's get this going here. We got a nice rolling boil with our water. Take our browned up couscous and throw in there. So you can tell I added some tomatoes, garlic, and a little bit of salt to this couscous. So what I did was a 1-to-1 ratio. So I did 3 cups of couscous to 3 cups of water. Now, once this gets back up to a boil, it should take about 10 minutes for that water to absorb into the couscous. So that's good to go. We're gonna throw that on a medium heat, let it ride. Now we can take our asparagus here and toss in this air fryer at 395 for 10 minutes. Now we just wait a couple minutes, we'll put our rolls in and get our scallop started. All right, y'all, we got about 6 minutes, 45 seconds on those asparagus. I'm gonna go ahead and throw these rolls in here. I got our scallop pan nice and warm. So what I got here is mine and Colby's scallops from yesterday. I'm gonna dust them with some of this Captain Anderson's house blend seasoning. Just give them a nice coating in that. I thought I was gonna run out, but this is actually the perfect amount. We got about 1.5 tablespoons of butter. We're gonna drop that in the pan first. So we're just gonna use half of our butter to start these scallops. Get that in there. We're gonna add a little bit of our avocado oil. We just want to keep a nice medium heat in this pan to start off. And we're going to start throwing these scallops in here. Now we don't want them to stack up too much. We want to keep a nice even layer in this pan to get the right color on these scallops. We're going to keep moving them over, making room for the next ones. Alrighty, now that we got our scallops in the pan, probably let it go for about 3 or 4 minutes just so the bottoms get really nice and brown. What we're gonna do with the rest of the butter, throw it in there and start tossing them in it, letting that butter brown up. Can't beat it. Alright, y'all, so here's our couscous. What we're gonna do now to this is squeeze in maybe 1/4 of a fresh lemon in here. We're gonna add in a little parsley for some color. And then we're also gonna throw a little bit of Parmesan in here. I'm gonna grab my spoon and mix it up. Oh yeah, that couscous is just about done. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Cover that back up on low. Now our scallops here are looking just about right. They're getting nice and white on the sides. So we're gonna crank that heat just a little bit more here. Throw that butter in there. And once that butter gets melted good, we'll start tossing them. All right, y'all, these scallops are looking just about right to start flipping. You can tell those bottoms are nice and brown. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna flip them in the pan here. Get a little bit of flambe going there. They're gonna go in this pan for maybe another 3 minutes and then they'll be done. Couscous is done. Garlic knots are done. I felt great out of that. Asparagus is done. So we'll be eating here in about 3 minutes. All right, y'all. We got it all finished up. We got our seared St. Joe Bay scallops, our garlic knots, our tomato lemon parmesan couscous, and our air fried asparagus. Gotta go for the star of the show because I was ready to eat these 5 minutes ago. Tender, sweet, a little bit of salt. Man, St. Joe Bay scallops are on another level, and you gotta have them fresh because they are delicious. All this other stuff doesn't even matter because these scallops are the ticket. But I'll take a bite of this couscous and see how it is. Really good, lemony, seasoned up. The tomato comes through. Now Hannah done took a bite of this asparagus and she said it's spicy. I may have went a little heavy-handed with the cayenne. Let's see. Nice and sweet from the honey. But that cayenne's building. They're a little warm, but they're delicious. Now it's time for Colby to try it.
All right, guys. I'm about to go in for a couple of these scallops because I know they're going to be good. So good. I love scallops. I look forward to it every year because I like them so much. Like Sean said, they're tender, sweet. The St. Joe Bay scallops are, like he said, on another level. They're incredible. I've never tried couscous before, so this is gonna be my first time. I love it. I like the texture a lot. All right, let's try this apparently super spicy asparagus. That heat does build on the back end. That honey's really good on it though.
Yeah, it is, man. It is a really good combo.
That's a 10 out of 10 meal right there. Absolutely. All right, guys, we're gonna go ahead and eat this and then we'll see y'all after that. All right. Why you always gotta do stuff like that? All right, guys, we're gonna go ahead and wrap this video up. Sean whipped up a delicious meal as always, and as well as Nate did last night. Like I said, I'll put a link down in the description to that video and his channel. Y'all go check it out. He made a whole scallop video as well. I try to post new fishing videos every single week. I know this one was a little bit different, but I'm typically doing some inshore kayak fishing. That's kind of my thing with my buddy Sean in a lot of videos. So if that's something y'all are into, definitely consider liking and subscribing. Comment down below with any questions. We'll see y'all next time.